Hey guys, we're going to keep working through portfolios now. As you remember, we kind of left off with starting a cover page and getting text aligned, captioning, kind of stuff you want to put into um, into your text. But now I want to focus on something that is really, really important as you start to build out portfolios, and that is uh, like hierarchy of images, right? And so when we start to get some stuff in this portfolio, what we want to do is determine what goes where, um, what gets bigger, what gets smaller. And this is really like the battle of putting content into a portfolio, right? Now, according to the assignment, remember, absolute maximum of 3 spreads. I think that 2 is pretty ideal, but it really just depends on the project and how much content you have. Um, but essentially, what I'm gonna do is, as you remember, we have our first floor plan down here, or up there. So we have a second floor plan. It looks like we also have an elevation we can drop in here as well. Oop, it looks like I I replaced my floor plan because I was in that frame. So if I make a new frame real quick, I can drop that plan back in, file, place. We want to do plan 2. And remember, grab the circle in the center, right click, go to fitting, fit content proportionally to get all of your content to show up. So we have these drawings. How on earth do we want these to kind of lay out in here, right? So for me, I like to think about it in terms of what is heavier, right? Um, what feels like it has weight to it. So when I look at this, whenever I see like a section or an elevation, because they are often more horizontal than vertical, it's really nice to start to stack them one over the other, or perhaps have them at the bottom so you're reading like a ground plane flowing through like the bottom of your page, right? And then starting to have plans with captions for everything up above. So as we start to look at what that might look like, I'm going to make these frames larger and we're going to snap them to the grid that we've made, right? I'm going to do that with both of these drawings. And we're just going to pop these down here and see what this looks like. Taking fitting, fit content, fitting, fit content proportionally. Right. So all of a sudden, this drawing feels a little bigger than this one, but when you look at the heights, like if I were to kind of drag this over, height wise, they are lined up. And so I know that scale wise, they are pretty in line with themselves. I also kind of love how this is sitting a little to the side, right? Um, and I am tempted to even like put text and captions right here. I feel like this is actually like a very lovely balance of how this stuff starts to sit and you can start to center within your frames and stuff. So all of a sudden, I can start to add some captions to this. Let's say I start up here. It looks like one of my gutters. If you're not careful, you can accidentally move these gutters. I don't know where this one came from, though. Maybe the middle or something like that. But yeah, what you can do with these text boxes is, like I said, we're gonna copy some text. This is our second floor plan. And let's say if we set like a standard, like all our captions are gonna fit within a 2 by box right here, right? If that's like the standard we want to keep and set, then we can hang on to that for dear life. And so we can take our text and start to type out second floor plan. And so I've kind of committed to the all caps for the captions, but that is not at all something that you have to do. It's really just like a personal preference, and it depends on the font type and the text type that you're using. But so you can start to say like second floor plan, showing. Also, if you're using a certain type of language in one caption, make sure you're talking in like the same sentence structure, same style throughout all of your captions, so it is more legible, right? So second floor plan showing hierarchy of bathroom and bedroom. I don't know. Like I said, I don't really know this project in particular, but what you can do is even just starting to get that content in here really starts to like fill out this drawing. And so what I would even be tempted to do, let's see, elevation showing dramatic change of topography and its effects, the geometry of the building. So like, what does that start to look like? So really, if you are calling out certain things, there's kind of like an implied understanding of, oh, we're talking about the second floor plan, it's going to the second floor plan. But staying out of your margins, you can start to move stuff around to make sure it all fits really nice. Like if I bump this up just a little bit, you can almost start to fit this caption down underneath. And so what I'm doing is I'm still adhering to these frames or these guides, because now my drawing is in line right here. It's still within that line, but it now leaves room for text to flow down here, right? And if you're really, say you do have like a sloped drawing and you get super picky with it, what you can start to do is kind of manually change the way that your text starts to flow. So, and why I'm doing that is now your text almost is like following and filling in this slope with the building, right? Just as something else you can do. Um, let's just say you had like a roof plan or third floor plan. What could be really nice is, or like a model photo would be a great thing to have in like a real portfolio. What you can start to do is make it so there's like some hierarchy going on. So you'd have like a slightly different plan here, plan here. Um, Obviously, I literally just duplicated a drawing that doesn't exist. And so in that instance, what might be nice is to have some more descriptor text like this that maybe like spills into this area. Or let's say you have a model photo that's like this big. Oh, I think I know where that missing line went. That was like right here, it looks like. So have like let's pretend this is a model photo right here, right? And then you can start to take some more body text. Say you have a more descriptive thing to say about all of these. I don't have any, what do you call them? Captions. I do not have captions in my drawings, and that is a personal preference of mine. You do need to have captions for this assignment, just so you understand how to use them. But obviously, like as you make your portfolios for yourself, like you don't have to have them, but you can almost see how something like this would read quite nice. We start to like balance stuff out. And what's happening is when we start to grab these all, we snap them to the baseline grid. Very good. And you can almost start to see like the hierarchy that's happening, right? This, you almost want to see like gravity like brings it down, right? And so this is starting to look is pretty tasty, a little bit of zest to it, right? Um, and what's nice about these orthographics, it makes the whole page black and white. And so, one, you're saving on printing costs, but you're also just making this look really nice. So when we go to like our display performance, say I just want to take a peek at this, I think this looks quite lovely. Um, just got to throw in like a caption basically for this drawing right here. And so if we just line that up, then this can apply to this. And what you'll start to have is we'll get into this in our final video on this like basic portfolio editing, but in your margins, you'll start to have like page numbers, number, and maybe if you want your email. I've had a lot of people tell me not to do that. Um, I like to, and I indent it over, but I think just about everyone I've talked to has said don't do that. So maybe don't put your email, but that's what mine looks like. So you can start to see what this will read as, and those that would be in the margin. So if you look at mine, down in the margins here is where I am fighting my demons. So yeah, that being said, just starting to arrange these in a way that really looks good. There's like a thoughtfulness to it where um, certain images have a hierarchy. The reason I picked this one up here is because it was a first floor plan. It had that site topography, so it reads as this darker, heavier thing that I wanted to take up the whole drawing. So yeah, that being said, you can start to have a really nice couple pages, couple spreads right here. And when you do that, what you want to always do when you're saving, you go File, uh, Save As. So this is my tutorial, right? Save your project, and then you go to File, Package, Package, and this will create a folder. And what it does is it saves like essentially a copy of all of the photos or PDFs that you've inserted in. So when you open it on another computer, um, there's not a bunch of broken or missing links. So that being said, that's kind of the basics of this. I'm going to be around. Pay very close attention to Karen's lectures. She goes over this in way more detail, and she is the expert. And I will see you Thursday. Talk to you then. Peace.